All right, let's tap in. You ready? There's going to be a connection that's coming in for you, collective. This is ancient in time with the elephants here. Elephants represent ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. This is going to be something that is very sacred. Okay, ivory could be your name, or you could have some sort of jewelry that's ivory. You've mastered something. You've mastered something in this life that is now bringing in a past life soulmate. You are, I'm 33 on the clock as I say this. You are awakening genius. You have awakened something, an ancient soul, an ancient karmic tie, an ancient test, if you will, okay? And this has brought you, because you've done well, to bring in and attract this Ace of Cups. When I was shuffling the deck, I was in shock when the Ace of Cups came out, because it's exactly what you've been waiting for. This love is something that's going to overpour. It's going to be a beginning. Now, this is someone that you could share knowledge with, ancient knowledge with, sacred wisdom with. It doesn't have to be a divine counterpart. We always get so fixated on divine counterpart, soulmate, and that's all we want to hear. But those are cell grabs. That's marketing, okay? Those are clickbaits, 1:44 on the clock. But this is something that you've conquered yourself, ancient wisdom, and now this tender embrace. Like, people are going to come in and lift you up. They're going to support you. They're going to love you. They're going to nurture you. They're going to respect you. They're going to see how, and you're going to lead. And elephants are very much protective of their herd. They're very much protective of their family, and they're going to protect you. Okay, the wisdom that you share is very rare. It's like ivory. Think of how much ivory goes for. Think of, people that go and hunt. I can't remember the name right now, but people that go and hunt for ivory. I'm trying to think of the name. Okay, like the poachers. Thank you, Spirit. The poachers that, kill a whole entire being just for their tusks. That's why you've been attacked. That's why you've been going through all this bullshit. Excuse me for swearing, but it's true, because it's so exhausting. How many times do you have to keep rising and rising? But this is your conquering. This isn't your rising, collective. You've risen. Now this is your conquering. Now it's your time to come in and overflow. Now it's your time to receive the overflow that you've been given and you've been giving. And maybe not in a collective sense, maybe not on a grandeur scale, of being seen. Maybe you are an influencer, maybe you have a platform, but maybe you're not getting the recognition that you want. But this overpour is coming in for you because you have awakened something. 29 is an 11 card. Then we have a 22, which is you've mastered something. You've opened your heart, and now the projection of your heart is going to show you this movie, this image. Life is going to feel like a fantasy, and people are going to be so fucking jealous. Okay, they're going to be so jealous. This could even be someone coming in and wanting a conversation with you, okay, because you're making healthier choices. They see that you're intelligent. Okay, they see that, this is a side note, be careful with your spending. Do everything in moderation. Your eating habits, your thought habits, your spending habits, okay? Who you hang out with, like your energetic habits, like spiritual hygiene is who you hang out with, who you speak with, and I don't mean being kind and speaking to a stranger, or I'm talking about your friend group. You are who your friends are. Something about money is going to be important, like saving your pennies, saving your money, or you're going to come into a position where you're going to be able to save your money because you are awakening to your genius. You are awakening to a new level. Okay, this is ancient wisdom. Your ancestors are with you. You could have Native American descent. And you see, like, there's some sort of scripture, there's some, it's been written, you see on the right side of this person's cheek, this ancestor's cheek, there's writing there, very faint in the back if you could see it. So there's some sort of writing. You could be a writer. There's something significant about writing. Okay, you could receive some sort of message, some sort of DM, some sort of email. So look out for that. Even working with sacred geometry, I'm getting, could be very beneficial and help open the ley lines, help open energetic conduits for you to really tap into this ancient wisdom. 555 on the clock, as I said that. Change is afoot. Your tribe, this love, this ancient love, okay, is coming in, and people are going to be jealous because they're going to want what you have. But that's too fucking bad, and that's their problem. This is earth magic, okay, number one. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the nail. So what I'm getting is that someone tried to do some sort of earth magic, okay? People are going into graveyards and they're doing some sort of like hitting the nail on the head, putting a pin on it, nail in the coffin, Six of Pentacles. This, you could have been going through a cycle for 6 years, okay, collective? This is earth magic because people were jealous of you. They knew that you were awakening to your genius. They saw it before you did. But now you're embracing this overflow, this abundance that's coming in for you. There's some sort of ritual, staying outside, getting outside, grounding, and just being with yourself, enjoying your own company, fine-tuning your information, the shit you watch, the stuff you say, who you talk to. It really matters because that's grounding in your energetic frequency. That's like casting spells, right? Like, you can't be expecting this overflow if you're out here doing dirty shit behind the scenes. It just doesn't work out like that. But people are jealous and they try to bind you. They try to do some sort of binding spell by doing something with like a rusty nail, okay, I'm getting, and try to bind you from receiving the Six of Pentacles, something that was meant to come towards you, but it's coming back around, but they're trying to keep you bounded and binded. But they can't. Because when you work on yourself, let me tell you something. When you work on yourself and you heal and you show up and you wake the lion within and you understand what's going on in the broader sense of the spectrum of this world, of this narrative, of the shit that people tell you, the shit that people try to sell to you, the image, everything, the success, everything. And you know yourself and you sit with yourself and you really are self-aware and take self-accountability and you hold yourself in integrity, honey, let me fucking tell you, this lion, you do not want to be messed with. People see this. There's always 3 sides to a story, okay? Your side, their side, and the truth. And now they're coming to figure out who the fucking truth seeker is. They're coming to realize that you've been telling the truth all along, okay? That you are the truth. You are the truth, and they can't stop it. And whatever binding spells they tried to do is entangling themselves. It's going back around to them. Do you understand? That's the fucking cosmic joke. Because when you raise your frequency, how does a low frequency reach a high frequency without any interference or any connection, any conduit? Okay, so something about like a nail. They could have been using some sort of rusty nail is standing out to me. Like, look, a nail in the coffin, communication. So they could have been speaking over your name and using a nail and banging it into the ground, into graveyard, into a graveyard. Okay, look, this kind of looks like a graveyard. I'm not gonna lie. People like, what's going on? I could understand the darkness and using it for still the greater good. You want to, the darkness could also be conjured for protection, for, gaining things in life, but not for hurting people, not for taking what's meant for other people. That's just pettiness, and that shit has bounded them, and it's going back. Return to sender. I rebuke, revoke, and return to sender. ×3, so mote it be by the power of 3. Teaching those who wanted to fuck with me are now bind to the underworld for eternity. You've woken the lion. This could have been a Leo, or you're a Leo, or something coming in August is going to be significant. It's going to be the nail in the coffin, the 10, okay? Because this is 19 and it's 10. It's going to be the ending of the cycle, baby. And they're going to see you step into your King of Pentacles era. And they're not going to like it. Oh, poor little baby. Tough fucking shit. Okay? That's the way the cookie crumbles. People don't like when you say to them what they've said to you. People don't like it when you do to them what they've done to you, but we're petty. We're not petty. Okay, maybe you are. We can be petty, or maybe we were petty at one point, but you've learned, you've grown, you stepped into the King of Pentacles. You know what you bring to the table. You're a beast. You are in your throne. You are owning your throne, okay? You are the King of Pentacles, the lion. You walk into a room and your presence alone is announced. That's it. You don't have to say to people, oh, well, I'm this, 12:12 on the clock. Oh, I'm this and I'm that. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You could have an ancient bloodline of witches and come from a strong bloodline of witches. And that's what they failed to recognize. That's what they didn't see. But now you're about to celebrate. You're about to party. You're about to enjoy the good life. You're about to be able to afford food, good food, nourishing food that's going to feed your body and soul. Health, abundance, okay? Food for thought, your wisdom, food for thought. Your wisdom nurtures people. You have poured so much into others, and you probably don't even know how much you affect others, collective. You probably don't even know, but now it's your turn to enjoy the spice of life, the ingredients. You have the ingredients. You have everything that it takes. 7 of Cups. You're going to be able to see. This is kind of like bouncing off the other energy, the other reading that I just did this morning. So check that out. If this video happens to download in time, because my videos are taking like 24 hours to download. It's crazy, wild. But the 7 of Cups is choices. And not everything as it seems is the best choice. Just because you have a choice doesn't mean that it's the choice for you. Maybe it's another karmic lesson. Maybe it's there to teach you. But have you learned? Yes, because you're the King of Pentacles. You hold this power, this presence that people are jealous of alone, and they want it, and they try to bind you. They try to tie in your energy and their energy, but it didn't work because of your ancestors, because your ancestors are ancient witches, and they didn't know. I do chills, confirmation. And now you're going to get the fucking last laugh because you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be going to parties. You're going to be invited to events. And these are events that they're never going to be able to step into. Something about your root chakra and sacral chakra. So this is grounding in your creativity. This is something that you're working on, something that you're very rooted in, something that has been destined for you. This is your birthright. This is your time to shine, to be celebrated. This is your time to enjoy the health of abundance, a healthy, abundant financial life. To not have to worry how you're going to pay your bills, to not have to worry how you're going to put food on the table, to not have to worry that you're constantly working, but there's still not enough. That lack is gone. 15:15 on the clock. Be mindful of your spending. Or maybe you already are, but your bank is about to overflow. Your bank is about to overflow. Have discernment. And I just got a confirmation, an email. Your bank is about to overflow, baby. Get ready. Have discernment, because you are the King of Pentacles. Own your fucking throne. Much love.